Well, good day and welcome to another edition of the Grantley Show. It's good to have your company. My name's Grantley, and on today's show, I have a real special guest. She's a lovely lady that has achieved so much in her career. She's done some extensive studying, and she's a graduate. She's also a singer, songwriter. She's also an author. Believe it or not, she's got her first book out. I'm going to ask her about that during the course of today's show. So look out for that. Who is my guest, I hear you ask? The wonderful, the intelligent, the beautiful Tracey Jane Campbell. Hello, Tracey.
Wow, what an introduction, my gosh.
Yes.
Hi, Grantley, how you doing?
Tracy, you are a powerhouse in my book. I remember when you released the album, I was like, I know that person. And where's my invite? You had a launch for the album, and I know you're not on to talk about that, but I'm just reminiscing, if you know what I mean. So, the reason you have come on today is because of a real important event that's going to take place on the, I want to say the 1st of October. It's a Wednesday. The event, The Rivers of Repair. Okay, something that is, I can tell that is very dear to your heart. Tell us all about this event, Tracey. What is it all about?
The Rivers of Repair is, we're using Black History Month to put this event on. And it's an event that's looking at reparative justice in the context of the transatlantic slave trade and colonialism. So it's looking at the narrative of the British colonial state and the 400 years of that history and how that impacted the Caribbean, etc. So this is a piece looking at that and looking at the consequences of colonization and the transatlantic trade and talking about healing and repair,
Okay,
basically.
so it's a very important event marking out history and all of the things that have happened over the years gone by. But tell us why now? Why now? I mean, you could have done this at any point in time, right? But why now?
Um, well, I think it might be why now for me, but this is a not a new discussion. This is a discussion that's been going on a long time. Many groups have done extensive work on this topic. For me, it's just about meeting the people and getting together with the people that I wrote this with and did the work with. It has been something that I have always been engaged with, read about, discussed. It's part of personal um, my personal interest in history, in healing, in the effects of trauma that has on people over generations. And it kind of came together in my meeting with the two guys that I wrote the piece with, Miko Gidrek and John Dower. Miko Gidrek has been a friend of mine for many years. And it was born of our discussions. It was born of our talking about different things, because that's just how things come about, and wanting to engage in the conversation and to bring people into the conversation with the things we had to bring to it, which the music, the narrative, the history, and create a space to really share information, really. So I don't know why now. It was just time,
God's
I
timing, you
suppose.
could say. You could say God's
Yeah,
timing. One of the things that I love
yeah.
about the event is that this could have easily have been an event that you would have put a cost to, but you guys have decided to make it a free event.
Yeah,
Any particular
I think
reason
that was
for that?
important. Um, I think our main consideration was it's not an event. The point of the event is not to make money. That's not the point of the event. It's costing, but we have funded it in different ways. And on the night, it's not only a free event, but we chose to ask for donations, and those donations will go to a charity that is engaged in education um, of young people. And we thought, yeah, that's the aim. The aim is to help different groups that are actually doing the work of repair. And so rather than making a profit, we thought, right, let's fund this thing and let's ask for donations to actually that would actually make an impact to help people that are on the ground doing work.
The question on my mind right now is not. I'm gonna say I'm gonna ask the question, but it's not a slight in any way whatsoever. Why should anyone
Yeah.
attend this event? What will they get from it?
They will. This event is full of. First of all, it's a coming together of people from the diaspora and from different walks of life that have a shared concern and um, investment in working to heal and repair. So you have John Dower, who is a guy that formed an organization called the Heirs of Slavery. He is the descendant of former enslavers, and he's very invested in what reparative justice looks like. You have people that are coming together that work in the area of reparative justice and looking at the real issue that is not, yes, it's talking about the past, but the past is not separate from the future. The past has an ongoing legacy that we see played out today. So people will get knowledge. We're hoping that people will come away and learn something they didn't know, that people will come away not being afraid to engage in the conversation, that people will be encouraged and uplifted because we've put music and poetry, and it's a creative evening, even though we're dealing with a hard topic. And yeah, we want people to get together and be in the same space. It's really we're hoping it's a quite a unifying event with people of like mind.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You
yeah, come and
mentioned
do
there.
something you wouldn't have thought about. Go on, sorry.
So spoken word. So if you're into your spoken word, it's well worth popping along to hear that history. You'll learn something. Live gospel music, Tracy. Is this where you come
Yes,
in and the choir? Tell us about that.
this is where we come in. This is where we come in. We've woven. It's not a concert. We've woven the music into the event, so into the narrative, into the poetry, um, and into the history. We've woven the music in to it because gospel music, as you know, the history of gospel music, it arises from an oppressed people. It's a music of lamentation
Yeah,
and celebration. It was also music used to guide people to free places to
yeah,
gain their freedom. And
and to
so it is
communicate as well in the
to,
fields.
yeah, to communicate messages.
Yeah,
So we thought it's quite fitting to put our own compositions and just
yeah,
weave that music into the narrative. People often say, well, what's the gospel got to do with this topic? And it's got very much a lot to do with this topic,
it has,
so
it has,
you
it
know
has. So for you, okay. So just reading through, doing some research. There is a choir that's going to be there, which you are a co-founder of. Tell us about the
yeah.
choir.
Oh, they're amazing. The choir is Soul Sanctuary Gospel Choir. At the time we founded it, I founded it with Nico Goodrick, over 20 years ago now. Wow.
Wow.
They were St. Patrick's Gospel Choir, and I was the conductor for about 3.5 years or so, but I'm still part of the fam. I left because, you have to, when you commit to a choir. You have to have full commitment, and I increasingly didn't have the time for that. But I'm still part of the family. They became Soul Sanctuary Gospel Choir. They're incredible. They're involved in different kinds of ministerial work, prison ministry, and outreach, as well as doing events and concerts and stuff, and just amazing. The conductor now is Clarence Hunt, and yeah, they're a fabulous group of people,
They
really.
certainly are. I've heard of them. I know a few of the members. I know Kathy. And yeah, it's going to shape up to be a really good night. Also, you're going to do your thing as well, right? As a solo um, icon in the business. Are you going to
Oh
be doing?
Lord.
You could say, look. So, are you going to be doing tracks from your album, or are you going to be more tailored to the event and like spirituals? What are you going to do for
No,
for
we're
your
going to be
set?
tailored. We're going to be doing pieces tailored to the event that we've written, but also it won't be. It's not a set because it's not a concert.
No,
It's
because it's
a,
woven, as you
a
said.
narrative.
Yes.
Yeah, but I will be doing a new song that will be released on the 26th of
Is that
September.
right? Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't written for the event. What happened was I'm doing a new project, and I had this earworm for weeks, and then I started to just write the voices, etc. And the song's called "Keep Going." It's out on the 26th. And when we started to talk about building this event, it just so happened that this new song that I'd written, kind of just fit, So that's why I'm going to be performing that song, that new release, as part of this event.
And it's called Keep Going.
It's called "Keep Going."
Wow. That's worth me coming along just to see you perform that. Um, it's an historic event. Is it the first of its kind, or is this the first of its kind?
Well, it's the first one that we're doing. I cannot say. I think it's the first, maybe the first done with the descendants of enslavers and the descendants of
Right.
the enslaved, former enslaved, together.
Uh huh.
I can't, don't quote me on that. Somebody might pop up at the ether and say, but it's the first that I know of anyway. And done in this
Yeah.
way, it was really important for us to make it a creative endeavor, but a factual creative endeavor, so that people can come away learning something and just engage. And we're hoping people
Yeah.
that have never really engaged with the topic will come along. That's our desire. Um, but yeah, it's the first one for us, and we don't think it will be the last time we hold the event. But this is the
Yeah.
very first one, so
It
we're
sounds
we're
as
quite.
if it's something that should be year to year, as we say. And there's
Yeah,
always
we
going to
want
be
to go to
something.
different places.
Yeah, yeah, different places. And talking about places, tell us where the event's going to be.
The event's going to be at St Pancras New Church, Euston Road, NW1. Um, yeah, St Pancras New Church on the 1st of October. So in London, Euston Road, so quite accessible to from different parts of London and
Yeah,
elsewhere
because
if
it's
you're
kind
coming
of
from
central,
outside.
isn't it? And
Yeah,
how can people get their entry? How do they go about seeking entry?
it is a free event, but you do have to book your ticket on Eventbrite. So if you go to eventbrite.co.uk or .com and look for the Rivers of Repair, the event will come up there. Or you can find, it's on my Instagram page. There's a Rivers of Repair Instagram page. There's actually a Rivers of Repair Instagram page and an Heirs of Slavery Instagram page, as in HEIRS, heirs. Um, the information will be there as well. But Eventbrite booking is a must, so that we know the numbers. We can make sure everything
And
is in order.
also, there's a Facebook that you want people to click on, right?
There's a
Is that right?
Facebook page. Hmm?
Yes, there is a
Sorry.
Facebook page, and you want people to click on that as well.
There is a Facebook page. Yes, the Rivers of Repair. You can
All right,
click on there
cool.
also.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like an event that if you're interested in history, Black history, especially as we're approaching Black History Month, it's a no-brainer. You should be at the event. You should be there. Tell your friends about it. Very enlightening. Is there an age limit at all?
No, there isn't an age restriction because I don't know. I don't. No,
I'm just
the
thinking in
topic
terms of
is
like
part of life
youngsters,
history.
mum bringing babies and
Youngsters would
stuff
be
like
would
that.
be they. You know what? We haven't restricted anybody. It's down to an individual to know how their children or their youngsters, how they look after them in
Yeah,
certain
how they
settings.
interact with other age ranges.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand what
We're
you
not
mean.
kind of saying, oh no. Some people don't have any choice but to bring their children to things, and
Yeah,
so
which is true.
we don't want to restrict people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The main thing is that we all bunch in together,
But
and
bunching, we all
we all
bunch.
bunch in. We all
Yeah,
bunch in.
come together,
Trace,
especially
Tracy.
in this time.
Yeah, exactly. We need to come together,
Yeah,
and this is an event that sounds like it's going to be very educational. Plus, you get to hear some spoken word and you guys singing as well. Very, very good
yeah,
indeed. I think we've covered everything, and I hope you don't mind me changing gear slightly,
no problem.
because you are a recording artist. You have got your music on gtracks.net, and would I be right in saying, Tracy, that the album that you've got there is your first album?
It is my first album of original songs. My very first album was called Simply Him, and that was an album of covers of some of my favorite hymns. But this is my first album of all original work. Yeah,
And tell us the name of the album. How many tracks?
my album's called More Than Yesterday, and there are 14 tracks.
Wow.
Yes,
It is,
14 tracks on
it
the
is,
album.
oh, you're going to get your money's worth, most definitely. You are. I would suggest that you jump over to gtracks.net, do a search for Tracey Jane Campbell, and yeah, very more than yesterday.
More Than Yesterday, that's the name
More
of the
than
album. Yeah.
yesterday is the album. All of the tracks are there, £1 each. Uh, shall I tell you my favourite track, Tracy?
Go on then.
My favourite track that I hammered when the album first came out was a track simply entitled Fly.
Yeah.
Kind of got a jazzy vibe to it. But yeah, that was my jam. That was my jam. That really was.
Oh, cool.
So, what's the
I'm glad
plans?
you like it.
I know you've written this single that you've talked about during the course of the interview. But in terms of further afield, do you have plans to put together an album? Because you're always writing anyway. Do you have plans to put
I am
together
always
another
writing.
album?
I am. I'm working on a project now. I would call it an EP rather than an album. This next
Okay,
project.
5, 6
And
tracks, yeah.
yeah, there are
Uh huh.
about five, I think.
Okay,
About
cool.
five tracks. All right. So
Any
that's my
working
next
any
thing.
working titles for that at the moment, or is it too early?
No, it's too early. But I know. I tell you that the EP is songs that I sing over myself.
Okay, cool. And while
Yeah.
I've got you in a talkative mood, right? You're also an author. There's a lot of firsts going on in this interview. You're also an author. You've written your first book. Have I got that right?
Yes, I have.
Tell us about
Yeah,
it.
my first book. It's called I Am Restored, a companion for the healing journey. And it is a book with things that I've learnt throughout the journey of my healing. I use my song, Restored, and each chapter of that to speak into situations that I've had and um, insights that I've learned, things that I've gained, knowledge I've gained. And at the end of each chapter, there are reflections and um, thoughts, exercises for people to do to engage with the text. And as it's called, a companion for the healing journey, I wanted to write something for people that are thinking about embarking on or embarking on a journey of restoration and transformation and just healing, and to have something to walk alongside, to engage with as they take sometimes tentative steps, as they consider it, And
Yeah.
I really believe the book is a real help. I have received really good and amazing messages about the book helping people and encouraging people,
Cool.
and just being
Feedback's been
a
good.
resource.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how can one get their hands on this book now?
You can get your hands. The book's available. The book is available on paperback from Amazon, Kindle, and audio. So it
Wow.
is on Audible. I recorded the audio for it. So it's an audio book, it's a Kindle book, digital book, and a paperback book. So
Wow,
you
you're
can
not
get those
messing.
via Amazon, and you can also get a copy of the book if you message me on my website. You can get that too. I am
All
in the
right.
process of making it more accessible through my website.
Sounds good. So, tell us your website so that I can get mine. Say it
www.traceyjanecampbell.com.
again one more time. One more time.
TraceyJaneCampbell.com. TRACEY JaneCampbell.com.
All right. So, you need to go and get yours. Tracy, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. You're currently in America,
Oh,
aren't you?
I am. Thanks for having me. I am in America, yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time out. I do appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen, Tracy will be one of my special guests for the G Review, the gospel music review program. She'll be on with me again at some point. I'm looking forward to that, T.
That'll be
But yeah,
fun.
for now, hope all goes well on the 1st of October. All the best for the album and the book as well. And yeah, I can't wait to see you again. Take care.
Thank you.
God bless
Take care.
you.
Blessings.
So there you go. My guest on the program today, the wonderful, delectable Tracey Jane Campbell. Thank you for your company today. Do get along to the event if you can. And I will catch up with you for another edition of The Grantley Show here on G Tracks Radio and on YouTube. God bless you. Thanks for spreading the word.